came into contact with Detective Malcolm Howard. I'd like to know more about that.
Sean.
What if my lawyer at?
So that was the last time that we saw your boy Famous alive. The question is, who killed him? Because we get in two different stories. One story is telling us that Famous was helping out with law enforcement. He was trying to help them figure out who took out an officer of the law, which we know is Detective Howard. And then we get another story telling us that he knew about some dirty cops, so they decided to put him down because he was talking too much. So which one is it? So did law enforcement take out your boy Famous, and did they torture him? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video. I want you guys to stay tuned.
I heard it was police that dropped Fame. They knew about some cops being dirty, scared of him talking, so they snatched him up and put him down.
The evidence says that your son was tortured before he was murdered. They brutalized him and then threw him away like trash. Sean was working with the NYPD, Miss Figueroa. He was assisting us in the investigation of the murder of a police officer. That's why he was killed.
How is it still possible for this precinct to maintain public trust?
The actions of one detective are an anomaly. Any trust that's been lost or compromised will be earned back.
Whoever put Howard down is still out there. Somebody's got to pay Garcia.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4. Did dirty cops kill your boy Famous? On top of that, did they torture him as well? So I want you guys to leave those predictions and theories down below. Now I will continue to talk about who killed Famous fan theories this week. I mean, it's getting very interesting. And we've been talking about who took out Famous for over 2 months now. That was before the show even aired. Us as fans, we already knew something bad was going to happen to Famous just based off the simple fact we did not see him in any promos, no trailers, no teasers, nothing. So of course, the idea of him not making it, that was already talked about. But back then, we thought it could have just been Freddy's crew. They was looking for revenge. But now, of course, more details are coming up, and maybe law enforcement has something to do with it, or even other people as well. As I told you guys, don't be surprised if it was somebody that was close to Famous as well as law enforcement. And usually with these storylines, it's always like a shock value moment. They try to pin things on other characters, making us believe it's them, and then they hit us out of nowhere with somebody that most fans probably would not have predicted. But with Power, we usually knock these out the park. You know what I'm saying? They try to, switch it up, but usually the fans get it right, or at least come real close to figuring out what really happened. Now, they gave us some very interesting, details in the last episode about your boy Famous, and that is he was tortured. They tortured him before they took him out, and then when they took him out, they moved the body to that location where we saw him found. So that kind of changes up a lot of different theories out there, because if they tortured Famous, that means they probably did not, really give a damn about him in the first place. So for him to be tortured, I feel like the person that did this, or at least tortured him, was not somebody that he knew like that. So of course, a lot of fans now, they're starting to believe that law enforcement may have done this, right? Because he knew information about dirty cops and all this stuff. And the only thing that we knew Famous knew something about was Detective Howard. And that was because Detective Howard helped him get out of jail last season, but he still did not know all the details, all the different things that Detective Howard was out there doing. He knew that he was able to get him out of jail without filing any paperwork. They told him this at the end of last season. And of course, there is some fans out there saying that Detective Howard was the one that did it. Well, I don't think that's the case, because they told us that Famous was helping them find out who took out one of their officers, which we already know that gotta be Detective Howard. And as I told you guys, Detective Howard was entirely too busy in the season finale. He was all up under rock most of that episode, right? So he was too busy to do anything. They already had Famous in there. The last thing we heard about Famous was he wanted his lawyer. And that's a whole nother topic of discussion. We still got to talk about that, because who was his lawyer, right? But besides that, we know Marvin did state that the word on the street was Famous was talking too much. He got scared and he ran. So did Famous tell them more information about Howard, about other cops or whatever? And then they decided to say, you know what? We got to put you down. Or is the other story true? That somebody found out that Famous was helping law enforcement. And of course, whoever found out decided he got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was helping out, find the person that took out Detective Howard, you would think that person would want him gone. Especially if he was given any type of intel. And we don't know what Famous was talking about. We don't know all those details. But we know who took out Detective Howard. And we know that answer. That's your girl, Rock. Now, we're going to go into more detail about Rock's character this week as far as this, who killed Famous fan theory. We briefly talked about this last week when I went over those fan predictions of who killed Famous. Talked about Rock and Marvin. But after each episode, we're getting more and more details. And a lot of different things are starting to point at Rock. But then again, the whole twist is he was tortured. So that's what switches everything up for everybody. So we got to talk about her once again in more detail. But let's talk about law enforcement a little bit because we know Detective Garcia and the captain. In the second episode, we know they told us about the task force being shut down and that they were pretty much pinning everything on Detective Howard. He was, of course, talked about being dirty and all that stuff. And everybody questioned if this, department could be trusted. And they told them, look, that was just one officer that was dirty. Everybody else is good, pretty much. We're going to regain the trust of the people. Now, a lot of people was believing that maybe the captain or even Garcia, they're trying to hide something. They don't want nobody else knowing about who else is dirty within the department. Now, we know at the very beginning of season 3, episode 1, it was a big thing about dirty cops. It was a lot of corruption in the department. So once again, we was getting more intel about what's really going on. It was one of the reasons why your boy Ronnie got released. So they shown us in the past that they're willing to do dirty things in order to get what they want. And to be honest, I can see dirty cops torturing your boy Famous. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, did that actually happen? We know that Captain, his main objective at the very beginning of the season was to find out who took down Detective Howard. He does not care if Detective Howard was dirty or not. His whole thing was, he's one of us. We got to find out who did it because that person is still out there. And I'm pretty sure that same person was the same one that tried to take him out back in season 1, which was true. You know what I'm saying? We know that was your girl Rock. She set that all up. And we know Rock was the one that dropped him off. So he wants Detective Garcia to find out what happened. On top of that, we know Detective Garcia, he's put a lot of pressure on Kanan. He's been trying to figure out what happened to Famous. He's popped up at Famous's mom's spot a few times. And in the last episode, he told her, look, your son was tortured before he got dropped off. And they moved his body. They dumped him. And he was helping out with law enforcement to try to figure out who took down an officer of the law. So did Detective Garcia actually have anything to do with taking out Famous? Or is he really trying to solve the case? That's the major question, right? So this is where they're trying to confuse us at, in my opinion. And y'all know how Power do. They try to do like the who shot ghost type thing, where they make us believe that it's certain characters up until the very end of the season. So right now we're getting like a law enforcement dirty cop type thing going on because I believe they could have tortured him. You know what I'm saying? I cannot see Marvin torturing your boy Famous. Now Marvin just shooting him and getting it over with, I can see him doing that. I can see your girl Rock doing it as well. But besides beating him down, torturing him, I can't see her or Marvin doing that. It's just not in their character. They will just drop you off, get rid of the body. That's what they've done before. So this whole torture thing, it got to be some type of twist within this whole storyline. Now, of course, as the season continues to air, more of the attention will be aimed at your girl Rock. This is what they're going to do, in my opinion. And then by the end of the season, we're going to find out what really happened to Famous. Was it really law enforcement? Did they give us the answer in the last episode, or is it someone else? But I'm going to tell you right now, if that promo video is true, if that is Marvin and he's about to take out Famous, if that actually comes true, it's going to be a lot of pissed off fans. A lot of people will be very upset. Some people are saying that maybe Marvin let him go like he did with Sam, which could happen. We know Marvin, he done that before, but I also know Marvin was talking about how he's pretty much tired of doing the right thing. When he had that conversation with Lulu, he pretty much alluded to the fact that he helped out Gerald. Gerald screwed him over. We know he helped out Sam. Sam still came back, so Marvin had to drop him off. It seems like Marvin is just tired of helping people out and tired of doing the right thing. So if this whole promo is true and that is Marvin, let's just hope he did the right thing and he let him go. Or did he pull the trigger? I hope not. I hope they will not spoil something like that. I know it was people out there saying that they would never spoil like a death or whatever, but they have done it before. I talked about this in numerous videos. We all know they've done it before. They put up pictures of Lorenzo being dropped off in one of the promo trailers, so we knew about that. They also showed us that Lauren was alive in Power Book 2 Ghosts as well. I mean, sometimes things get put out there. They slip up every now and then. You just gotta catch it. So we gonna see what time it is within this whole fan theory. I told you guys, we gonna go into more details on your girl Rock, because maybe this is just too obvious. I mean, Rock would do something like this. We know this, right? And I'm pretty sure the characters on the show, they know this as well. But the whole torture thing, that's what's throwing everything off. So we got to talk about that. Now, I want you guys to leave your theories, predictions, leave it all down below. Do you guys believe law enforcement did this to your boy Famous? I mean, I'm still believing it could be somebody that's close to him or whatever. I would not be surprised if it is law enforcement involved, but I feel like they're trying to make us believe it's certain people, and then they're going to hit that switch at the end of the season and give us like a shock value moment. We going to see though. Now, I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. This your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.